So, welcome to the next 10 rounds. So, we are going to go into round number 94. Now, this is what we're going to be doing. So, I've actually been working my round number 94 and my round number 95 in tandem, right? So, what we're going to be doing is this. Now, excuse the lighting. I'm in front of my sort of video equipment at 5 o'clock in the morning. I really love working early in the morning, but of course there's no natural light to speak of, especially in the winter time. Right, so let's just get stuck straight into this. Now for round number 94, we are going to begin in round number 89, right? So where we had those 10 trebles, we had the 2 sets of 5 trebles, right? So just forget that you saw that. So I wanted to show you that so that you know where we're going with this. So what you're going to be doing is working trebles, front post, right? So front post trebles over the first 5 trebles from round number 89. We're going to work those trebles together. So you're going to create 1, 5, treble front post together, right? So if you hear chomping in the background, that's Nisha busy having her breakfast. Okay, so I hope the lighting is okay. I know it's not ideal. Right, so we have our first set of 5 treble front posts together. Yarn over, pull through, chain 1 to close. Then we're going to chain 8, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then repeat. So again, 1, 2, 1, 2. We do the third one, number 4, and then the last one. So you just got to dig that little one out, right? And again, yarn over, pull through, chain 1 to close, chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm just going to stop there a second just to show you what it's going to look like. So it's going to look like that. Okay, now we have our chain 8 and we want to anchor with a single crochet. So we're going to work on the wrong side and we're just going to pop a single crochet into the single crochet from round number 89. So we're sort of still working into the same round, right? Round number 89. Single crochet, chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and repeat. All right, so that's pretty straightforward. Okay, and I'm just going to stop here because there's nothing much else to show you. It's as simple as that. So you're going to end up with 60 times 5 treble front posts together and 90 chain 8 spaces and 30 single crochets. Right, and I'll just leave that there. Okay, so it's going to look, so that's going to be your front part is going to look like that, and then the back is going to look like that. Okay, so that's pretty simple. And to close off, you'll just slip stitch, so you'll go all the way around and then just slip stitch into the top of your first 5 treble front posts together and fasten off. Right, So I shall see you at round number 95. Right, so for round number 95, what we're going to be doing is a simple round of half double crochet front posts, right? And we're going to be working into round number 93. Okay, so you're going to begin in that section of 6 double crochet back posts, right, from round number 93. So we had those 6 double crochet back posts, and we had a double crochet front post on each side, like that. Okay, so now in the written pattern, I started in the first of 6 double crochet back posts from round number 93. Okay, but here in the video, because I've been working in tandem, I've already made my half double crochet front post over the double crochet front post. Because we had 6 stitches in this section, we now want to make 8 stitches, right? So this is the first stitch, although in the written pattern I start in the first double crochet back post, but here in the video I'm starting in the double crochet front post from round number 93. So what we want to do is create a set of 8 half double crochet front posts in this section, and we're working in front of our chain 8s from the previous round. So we want 8 half double crochet front posts. Am I saying double crochet front posts? We want half double crochet front posts in this section here, right? So that is, and you can see I've worked, it's a bit difficult to see because we're working in the same color, but I've made my half double crochet front post over the second double crochet front post from round number 93. So we have 8 stitches in this section, right? 8 half double crochet front posts. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, these are the 2 double crochet front posts, and you've worked half double crochet front posts over them, and then you've worked 6 half double crochet front posts in between. So we have our 8 half double crochet front posts. Then we're going to yarn over, we're going to skip over the second 5 treble front posts together, and we're going to work half double crochet front post over our next 9 double crochet back posts from round number 93. Okay, so this is also this is why I was saying it's probably a good idea to work the 2 rounds, round number 90, round number 94 and round number 95 in tandem, right? Because it just goes actually quite smoothly, right? And then again, we skip over the next 5 double treble front posts together, and this is our double crochet front post, half double crochet front post over that, half double crochet front post over the next 6 double crochet front posts, right? And then this is our next double crochet front post, and we're working a half double crochet front post. And then again, we have our next 9 half double crochets that we work over our next 9 double crochet back posts. It's very, very difficult for me to talk and crochet at the same time, especially when we're working different rounds, right? And I have to mention that go into round number 93, but then do this at round, skip this from round number 94, and then this is and so on and so forth. Right, especially at 5:30 in the morning, it is kind of a little bit brain gymnastics. Right, so round number 94 and round number 95 are going to look like that. Okay, right, so remember you have to work in front of your chain 8 spaces from round number 94. Okay, and your final stitch count for the half double crochet front post is 510 half double crochet front posts, right? So you have 30 sections of 8 half double crochet front posts and 30 sections of 9 half double crochet front posts, okay, worked into round number 93, which are those double crochet back posts and the double crochet front posts. Right, so that is round number 95, and I think you know how to finish off, right? So you just go all the way around and then slip stitch into your second stitch. Okay, and I shall see you at round number 96. Right, so I hope you managed with your round number 95 and it's looking like that. Pretty straightforward. Right, we are going to launch into round number 96. Now round number 96 is a little bit tricky because we are going to be working into different rounds. Right, so I'm trying to find the easiest way that this is going to work. Now, what you want to do is work into, again, we are working into our round number 93, right? So where we made our half double crochet front post, okay, so you can see them over here, right? So we have a section of 9 half double crochet front posts which we made over our round number 93. Right, now we're going to work into round number 93 again, and you can see the top of the stitches for round number 93. Right, so what you want to do is begin in the first of 9 double crochet back posts. So we're working into the top there and you're working behind, okay, round number 95. Okay, so so here are the half double crochet front posts and we're working, so basically round number 93 is working very, very hard for us. Right, so we're working into round number 93 again and we're going to make single crochets. So we're going to work 1 single crochet into each of those 9 double crochet back posts. I hope I'm not saying front post, gets very confusing after a while. Right, so we're just going to make single crochets like that. So we're going to have 9 single crochets, okay, because we're working into the tops of 9 double crochet back posts from round number 93. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. We want to make a single crochet front post over our 3rd double crochet front post, which is round number 92. So the way that I've explained it in the written pattern is the first double crochet front post, we worked over those 3 double trebles together from round number 88. So that's the first one. Then so that's round number 90. Round number 92, the double crochet front post, we worked over the double crochet front post from round number 90. So round number 90, round number 91, and this is the 3rd double crochet front post, which we worked over the 2nd double crochet front post from round number 91. So this is round number 92, right? So in the written pattern, it's the 3rd double crochet front post from the bottom. So we just count from the bottom up, 1, 2, 3, and that is double crochet front post round number 92. Right, and we're going to work a single crochet front post over that double crochet front post from round number 92. Then we're going to yarn over, and now we're working into the half double crochet front post from our previous round, and we're going to make half double crochets. Right, so we had 8 stitches there, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oh, there goes my voice again, 8. Right, excuse me. Right, so now we have 8 half double crochets worked into the half double crochet front post from our previous round. Rightio. And again, so now we're at the second set of the half double crochet front post. So there's the first one, there's the second one, and this is the third one, which is round number 92. Now I know it's difficult to see. First of all, the lighting isn't great, and then also I'm using a dark color and I'm using the same colors. So feel free to slow down the video if you get stuck, and also feel free, please, to go onto our workshop group, our Facebook workshop group, and just ask questions and we will help you there as well if you get stuck. Right, and we're working a single crochet front post over that double crochet front post from round number 92. And now it is a little bit gymnastics, crochet gymnastics, but we're working, so you need to pull it nice and tight, and we're working single crochets again. Right? Nope. See how easy it is to get confused. We are working single crochets into the top of our double crochet back posts. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There we go. Okay, so you can see how easy it is to just start working into the half double crochet front post. But of course we're working behind the half double crochet front post. Again, 1, so we're counting 1, 2, 3, right? Single crochet front post, yarn over, and half double crochet into our half double crochet front posts. Okay, so it's going to look right, so that's going to look like that, and that's going to look like that. So I know it's a little bit tricky, right? But once you get the sequence of stitches, then it goes very, very quick. Right, so I shall see you at the end of this round. We can finish off this round together before we go on to round number 97. Good luck! Right, so we're on to round number 97, and I've gone on ahead a little bit just to show you what we're going to do. So I shall see you at the beginning of this round. So to begin our round number 97, I'm using my cream color. So what we're going to do, we're going to find that section of 9 single crochets from our previous round, and then we're just going to work into the space of the first stitch. So when I say into the space of the first stitch, I mean we're not working into the stitch, but actually just in, I suppose you could say into the stitch, but because it's single crochets, when you go up to half double crochets, double crochets, and so on, then the structure of the stitch looks very different. Okay, so we're working into that space just before our first, that is our first single crochet. We're going to make yarn over times 3. And if you're wondering what I'm going on about spaces and blah blah blah, I'll explain. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to skip 2 posts. So these are very tiny posts because they're single crochets, but this is the post of the stitch and we're going to call them legs, right? So we're going to skip 2 legs and then in to the next space we're going to work yarn over times 3, puff, and then we're going to skip 2 legs and we're going to repeat that. We're going to skip 2 legs. They're little teeny weeny legs. Right? And of course you can work, as you've noticed, I've done a chain 1 to close. You can add an extra chain 1 if you feel you need to, if your tension's tight, you know, very tight, or you've got very sort of unyielding cotton yarns or other types of like linen yarns and so on and so forth, then you might want to put a chain 1 in between your puffs, but just keep in mind that in the written pattern it will be referred to as a space. Right, so we skip our last 2 legs and we work our last puff, yarn over times 3, chain 1 to close, into that last space. So we have 5 puffs. Now we're going to yarn over and into our chain 8 space. From round number 94 we're going to work 8 double crochets. So it's easy to remember because it's a chain 8 and you're working 8 double crochets. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Right, and then we're back to working our puff. Right, so it's quite easy to see the spaces. Okay, so into the next space, skip 2 legs, into the next space, and I'm going off camera. Right, and so on. Okay, so nice easy peasy round. You should end up with 30 times 5 puffs, and which is 150, and then you'll end up with 30 times 8 double crochets. Right, which is 240 double crochets. Okay, so nice easy peasy round, should go really quickly. Okay, and I shall see you at the end of our round number 97, and we'll just finish off quickly before we go on to round number 98. So see you there. Right, so I said that I would get back to you at the end of this round, but realistically speaking, as the blanket grows, it's taking longer and longer to complete each round. So I'm not going to be able to show you how to finish off, but I'll just demonstrate quickly. So you're going to go around and then you're just going to slip stitch into the top of your beginning puff and fasten off. Right. Now, I'm trying to stick to the format where I get 10 rounds to you each week, right? And I'm going to try and keep that up for as long as I can, but obviously as the blanket grows, it's going to get harder and harder to get 10 rounds to you. I might be able to only complete 5 rounds in a week because it takes, I crochet so slowly. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, I'll try my best. So, and then of course also as I finish a round, it goes straight to my amazing testers. And so there's quite a lot happening behind the scenes to get the pattern, to get 10 rounds to you every week. Right, so anyway, you know what the stitch count is for this round, which is round number 97. So we're just going to go on to round number 98. Now the next 4 rounds are exactly the same. So round number 98, 99, 100 and 101. Is that right? 98, 99, 100, 101 are going to be the same. Not exactly the same, because what we're going to do is work alternatively. We're going to be working into the spaces between our puffs, right? So for the next round, we'll work into this space. We'll have 4 puffs. Then the following round, we'll work into the spaces between the 4, but we'll start in front of the first puff, right? So then you'll have 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, like that. Okay? So for example, we're going to start with a puff into the space between our first 2 puffs from the previous round. And again, I'm just starting with that standing single crochet, and we're working our yarn over times 3 like that. Again, you need to keep a good eye on your tension, because we want to kind of keep the perimeter of our work quite flat, right? So we don't want any wavy business going on. So if you do add a single crochet, you just need to make sure that it's not going to end up getting quite wavy. Right, and then we're going to yarn over, and we're going to skip over. So Nisha's been lying on my work, so you can see there's little black Nisha hairs. I give up with these cats. In fact, my animals just do as they please. I need to get a big stick and feed them gruel. They're far too happy. Right, so we have our first 4 puffs, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then with the next round you'll work into this space and then between. Okay, I'll show you when we get there. Right, and now we are going to work double crochet back posts like that. Okay, around our 8 double crochets. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And you can see I'm not using any chain ones. I'm just skipping right over into that space between the next 2 puffs. Right, yarn over times 3, 1, 2, 3. And of course what I'm doing here is I'm taking advantage of the stretch of acrylic, right? But I know, having worked with linen before, for example, it's not, some yarns don't have that stretch. And that's why I'm yabbering on about the extra chains, about adding extra chains. Right. Okay, and then again. So you're going to end up with 8 sections of 8 double crochet back post and 8 sections of 4 puffs this time. Right? Like that. And then just skip over that. Okay, so you know how to do this. I'm just repeating myself. 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. So, right. Okay, so it's going to look like so. Okay. So you're just going to carry on like that, and then again you'll finish. So what I'm going to do is do a little bit more of this. I'm not going to finish this round the same way that I haven't finished this round, simply because there's a time constraint. But again, when you finish this round, you just slip stitch into the top of your puff and fasten off. Okay, so that is round number 98, and I shall see you at round number 99. Right, so again, I'm not going to finish this round for all the reasons I gave before. So that's your round number 98, right? So now we're going to go on to round number 99. So remember, you just finish off your round number 98 as you normally would, which is just slip stitch. I did already mention that, I know. Always repeating myself. I get worried and just think, did I remember to say this? Did I remember to do this? Right. So now, round number 99, we want to have 5 puffs, right? So we're going to start in this space, right? So the first space to the right of your first puff from the previous round. And again, we're just going to make yarn over times 3 puff, and then into the next space, right? And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's 5 spaces between 4 puffs. Like that, okay? And then we're going to yarn over, and we're just working double crochet back posts times 8. Right, so that remains the same throughout. Right, so I'm just going to do these 5 double crochet back posts. I mean 8. Did I say 5? Right. Now again, so into the next space before our first puff from the previous round, making our little puffs, and again, right, and again, and again. And then of course we're going to do our 8 double crochet back posts again, but I'm not going to do them. Right, so it's going to look like that. Now, and then of course you'll finish exactly the same way as the previous rounds. You'll just slip stitch into your beginning puff when you go around, right? Now, round number 100 is going to be a repeat of round number 98. So the next round you want 4 puffs, right? And then the round after that, which is 101, you're going to have 5 puffs. So the next round is 4 puffs and the following round is 5 puffs. Okay, and that's where we'll stop for the time being. And I'll see you there. So I'll see you at the end of round 101. Right, so we're at the end of our puffs and double crochet back post, and this is what your work should look like, right? So you start off with your 5 puffs, then you have 4, 5, 4, 5, and of course this section of double crochet back posts remains the same, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so you have 30 times this section and then 30 times that section. Okay, so that's basically the end of your puffs and double crochet back posts round. Okay, and again, look like that. So nice and easy peasy. And I shall see you at the beginning of round number 102. Now, for round 102, I've actually gone ahead and made a few of what you are going to be working on. So round 102 has 3 parts, A, B, and C. So A, B, and C. Right, so let's get started. So obviously I wanted to do these so I can show you how it looks, and so you can see what you're letting yourself in for. Right, so we are going to begin on the wrong side. So you're going to begin on the wrong side, and you're working into these chain 8 spaces from round number 94, right? And you're going to work into the second one. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and done my chains like that. So you are going to begin in the second chain 8 space from round number 94 on the wrong side. Right, so we've done our single crochet to begin. Then you'll chain 6, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 5 and 6. Right. Now we are going to be making 3 double trebles together, but we're going to be working from the wrong side to the right side. And we've done this before, so this is not new, right? So now we're in our section of double crochet back purse, and what you want to do is, so you've got your sections here of 5 puffs, that one, that one, that one. So you're going to be working into the space to the left of that first puff. Okay, so I think that's round number 99. Round number 99, yes. Okay, so you've done your yarn over times 3. Okay, and now you're working from the wrong side, you're working to the right side. You're going to go all the way down here into this joining space. Okay, so this is round number 93, I think. Round number 93. And you are, no, I don't think it's round number 93, but anyway, it's in the 90s. Right, but I'll have it written in the pattern. You'll be able to, if you want to go and check the written pattern, I'll have the correct round. But what you want to do is, so you're basically working between those 2 sets of 5 double crochet front purse together. So those 5, and you're working into that joining space from that the round that you worked into. Right, so one of the 90s. And now, so you're grabbing that joining space between the 2 and you're pulling it to the back. And then you're going to work 3 double trebles together. Now just sort of keep up the pressure so that little piece doesn't slide to the back. 1, 2, 3. Right. 1, 2, 3. 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, pull through, chain 1 to close, and then we're going to chain 2. Right, yarn over times 3. Skip the next 2 double crochet back purse from round number 99, and the same story. You're just going to pull that joining space from round number 90 something or the other. Okay, you're going to pull that to the wrong side of your work. Now, when you do this the first time, it seems very awkward, but when you've done it sort of the second or third time, it's easy peasy. Chain 2, yarn over times 3. We're going to skip 2 more double crochet back purse from round number 99, and we're going to repeat what we've just done. We're going to work those. So you're squeezing quite a lot because we're going to have 5 into this little joining space from round number something or the other. Right, chain 1 to close, chain 2. Remember that chain 1 to close doesn't count as your chain. 1, 2, 3. You're going to skip another one, another 2. Going to skip another 2 double crochet back posts from round number 99, and you're going to make another 3 double trebles together. So it gets quite tricky when you're making the 4th one and the 5th one. 1, 2, 3. You've got to just show this part who's boss, right? And who's the boss? You're the boss. Right, 1, 2, and then the last one, yarn over times 3, and now we're going into that space just before the next puff, right? From round, so that same round number 99, and again we're pulling that last joining space, we're pulling that to the back, and we're just insisting on making those 3 double trebles together. Yep. Just make sure that you are getting the whole of that joining space, right? There we go. 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through, chain 1 to close. Right. And now you can just work like this and then wait till the end, and then you can pull your 5 times 3 double trebles to the front when you finish the round, or you can just go bit by bit. Right, now I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to find that chain 8 space, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet into the chain 8 space, chain 4, single crochet into the next chain 8 space, chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, and then you're going to repeat what I've just shown you how to do. So your work's going to look like that, and then you're just going to gently pull this slot to the right side. Lovely. Oh, I like that. Nice and full of texture, very squishy. Rightio. So what I'm going to do is, and you can do this as well, before you can either do a few in advance, just do a few of this, of the A part of this round, like that. Go on ahead, do 2 or 3 or 4, and then if you like, you can just put a stitch marker into your chain, and then you can go on to the B section. Okay, so now the B section, and the color I'm using obviously is my saffron, right? So I don't have that many colors to work with, so I'm having to be quite creative with the few colors that I've got. Right, now I'm using the claret or claret, the B side. So what we're going to do is, now if you look at, you can see that chain 2 space like that, okay, peeping through. So those are the skip stitches, right? So you've got those 8 skip stitches like that. Now you're going to work from the wrong side to the right side, and you're working. So if you look at it like that, you've got that little chain 2 sticking out. Now you're going to insert your hook so that the chain 2 space is below the hook, and then what you want to do is just go into the round below that, between the 2 double crochet back posts, like that. Okay, so that gives you a nice sort of canvas to work on to make your puffs. Right, and we're going to make a yarn over times 5, so that's 3, 4, 5, pull through, chain 1 to close, chain 1, yarn over, and repeat between the next 2 double crochet back posts that we skipped, right? And we're just going like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, pull through. Right, and then we're just going to chain 2. Sometimes I have to stop because I have to sneeze. It's crazy. Okay, and then you're just going to repeat this. So you're going to end up with 4 times yarn over times 5 puffs, right? Chain 1 to close. Oh, I think I put a chain. It was meant to be a chain 1. Oh well. Right. So you chain 1 to close and then chain 1. Right. So but it doesn't really matter if you make 2 chains or 1 chain. It's not going to make much of a difference at all, right? Other than save you a teeny bit of yarn if you make 1 chain rather than 2 chains. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so you know all of these funny little crochet gymnastics or crochet acrobats I've done in all of my patterns, and I know many of you have made all my patterns, or almost all of them, so by now you're like, oh, I know how to make that. Whereas in the beginning, when I first started designing, besides the fact there was my pattern writing skills were left much to be desired. Yeah, this kind of, you know, what I'm doing here was sort of quite new to people. So, but now you guys are old hat, all of this, right? It's all old hat. So that is section. So what I have here, I'm busy fighting with in the background, is my yarn doing very well, but this part has started to kind of come adrift. So I know a lot of people start with the inner bit like that, but for me it's like the, can I be rude and say it's the bum? I could say the other word, but you know, we don't, the A word, but right, so for me it's like the stuffing coming out. Okay, you know, I'm vegan, so right, but anyway, before I get really raucous, yeah, so when that starts happening, and then what happens is it catches with it starts winding around your working yarn, and that's very annoying. Okay, so that is the B part of round number 102. Now I'm going to show you how I've worked in something I wanted to say here as well. If you are absolutely allergic to working in ends, you can also make chains from one section to the other, and you can work those any way you see fit, right? I don't mind working in ends, and but I know for many of you it's just a pain. Right, so, and you know, as I was explaining earlier on in the videos, I make these not so much even to, you know, I wouldn't say they're 100% practical unless you line them. But I do use mine, and they all seem to stay together even after a couple of washes. So, okay, so that is the B. Now we're going to move on to the C part. And the C part is much, much easier. And the C part is also an independent round. So by now you also know what independent rounds are. So this is an independent round, but you do have the option to make chains. And I'll just leave it up to you because I know many of you are far more experienced crocheters than I am. And if you want to work chains from one section like this or one section like this to the next section, just work chains. That's actually perfectly fine as well. And the only reason I haven't is because I've chosen white for this section, and if I work my chains, I would have worked them maybe like that, or maybe like that, or maybe straight across, and I could actually see the red yarn through the little holes between the puffs. But I mean, it's not a train smash, right? But as I say, I don't mind working in tails. Now, what we're going to do for our part C, we are going to work into, now what you want to do is find your other section of double crochet back purse, and now you can see these sort of stripes. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're going to find your third one. So it's kind of the middle, the center one. And you're just going to follow the line like that. Just follow that line until you find this between your sets of trebles and treble front posts together, the 5 on each side, like that. Okay, so if you just pull them apart like that, you can actually see that ridge sticking through or peeping through. Right, now we are going to make 5 double crochets together. So we've got 3, chain 3, not 3, which is for me a double crochet, 3, 4, 5, right, pull through, chain 1 to close, snip off like so, and then you're just going to insert your hook from the wrong side to the right side, pull that bottom tail, so the beginning tail, to the back. Now you'll thread your tail like so, and what you want to do is, okay, so this is quite tactile. If you feel, okay, so that's where the bottom thread is coming out, and you still want to work into this section over here, not here, but you want to sort of come out over here, right, just above that bottom tail. So, but you want to go in kind of in the center, right, between your 5 times 3 double trebles together. So you just push. So you want to go a little bit higher like that. Okay, and then you're just going to go, okay, so I've just kind of like missed that there, like that. So you're going to go like that, and then just work this through like so, so that you've got your 2 tails together. And now just knot them together like that, and then right, so either you can snip them off and then use your fabric glue, right, which I don't mind doing at all, or you can just weave in your ends like so. Right, you can snip that off and then do the same with the other one. Right, so you've got quite a lot of hiding space here for your thread. And if your colors are similar, you know, if you're using pastels and things like that, then even more reason why they will just blend away like that. Okay, so you can just weave that in and snip off. Okay, and it's going to look like that. So one of the reasons I suggest that you take the tail through the top is because you get that little point, right? So it doesn't look so round as the puffs, because you want the puffs to look sort of dinky and round, like little cherries. And then you want that, you want it to look like that. Right, so as somebody was saying, my videos are very informal and very chatty because, you know, you're all sitting in my kitchen, sitting around the table. There's a nice pot of coffee. There's definitely croissants. There's definitely cookies and frothy milk. And we're just enjoying our crochet together. Right, so that is round 102. And I shall see you. And then obviously you're going to have 30 sections of all of that. And then I shall see you at the final of these 10 rounds, round 103. So we're on to round 103, and you can begin pretty much in any section. Either you can begin in your double crochet back post section, or you can begin in your puff section. Right, so I'm going to begin in my double crochet back post, and what we're going to be doing is making double crochet front posts. So we're making chain 3 front post, and then we're going to work a double crochet front post over our next 7 stitches. So we should have 8, right? So that's 5, 6, 7 and 8, right? Like that. So we've got those double crochet front posts. So we're going to end up with 30 times double crochet front posts. Now over our next puff we're going to work a half double crochet front post, and then into the next space a half double crochet front post, half double crochet front post, half double crochet, half double crochet front post, half double crochet, and half double crochet front post. So we're going to have 30 sections of that, right? So I'm back to working the double crochet front posts over the double crochet back posts from round number 101. Right, so this is the final round of our next 10. And now I'm just going to slightly change the release date. Instead of releasing the following Monday, which is the 13th of June, I'll be releasing on Friday the 17th. And the reason is because I'm going away for a couple of days. Right, so, and it is completely off grid, and I am not going to be able to take my crochet equipment, so the video equipment, with me. Right, okay, so it's just for 3 days, but when you're working on a project, those 3 days, quite a lot gets crammed into them, and so it's the release of the next rounds is going to be a little bit later. Right, so that's it. So you should end up with, as I said, 30 times double crochet front posts and 30 times 5 half double crochet front posts, and 4 half double crochet. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then we have the 5 half double crochet front posts worked over our 5 puffs. Okay, so thanks for bearing with me through these 10 rounds, and I shall see you at round 104, and we are slowly but surely getting to the end of our circle, and then we're going to be making the corners. So see you soon.